God. All right, Shalom. We're going to start off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory into Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Barakah, double honors to our teachers, that apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Akim, that's out there listening. Wish you for this word with truth and sincerity, and your few Akwat as well. Let's listen with sincerity. All right, today, we're just coming back to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, and as you can see on the title, not everybody's going to come in looking like John Shaft and the truth, okay? Because the so-called archetype of the so-called Israelites, you would say, is that of a so-called black man. But when you come to find out, right, there's actually going to be those of our people that's going to come looking like the other nations as well. Okay, that's why being in the truth, you can't just go basically judging based upon the appearance, right? Because an Israelite might come in looking like a so-called white man, a so-called Chinese, so-called Arab. Okay, that's why it's important to go out based upon the spirit. You see, which you know what? I'm gonna start with Romans 8. Okay, real quick. This is the book of Romans 8 and verse 16. It says, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are children of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai." You see, it's a spiritual thing, right? You gotta judge based according to the spirit, right? Let's say you're holding camp, and then a so-called looking white person comes up and starts asking questions pertaining to, oh, well, what is this about, right? And then as you're breaking it down to the person, you see that they're catching on. They're it seems like it's resonating with them, right? They're asking questions. They're conning. They're saying, yeah, right, I thought that, makes sense, yeah. That's why I was always hanging around, so-called black people, because that's my people. Oh, okay, he's gravitating with it. He has a little slang, right? He's just vibing. There's no awkwardness. Oh, you could clearly see that person is a Jake. Okay, if they receive the truth, they're a Jake, man. That's one indicator of how that. Once again, a person that may look like the other nations, they're an Israelite. If what? They receive this truth, man. Okay, that's why, once again, it's the spirit that beareth witness that, we are children of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Because being in this day and age, you can't go and trace back your lineage. Okay, because back then, you would trace back your lineage because what? Records were kept. Okay, you would go and you would be like, I'm son of such and such.
Right.
Okay. Whenever a person would ask, let's say if you're a newcomer or you're let's say, I don't know, you're traveling through a particular city, right? And then the people don't know you yet. They will say, who's this guy? And then another person that knows you will say, that's the son of such and such from the tribe of this, right? Hey, just like in the book of Tobit, right? Tobit, he asked the angel, which who was that angel again? Do you remember?
No, let me pull it up.
But the brother's gonna get it, which I think it was Gabriel. Well, when you get it, whenever you get it, I forgot. It was one of the archangels, but when the angel came and then came to Tobit, which he came in he was disguising himself, as if he was a man, right? Tobit asked him, who are you? From which house are you from? Which tribe? Okay, because once again, though, the records were kept back then to where you could trace back your lineage. But here, in this day and age, we don't have that lineage, okay? Because it tells you, what, before you get that, bro, I'm going to get this real quick.
It was Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael, which Raphael came, and disguised himself and basically went on the journey with Tobit whenever you read the story.
Right.
But like I said, back then, you would be able to trace back your lineage to prove which tribe you were from and how that you were an Israelite. But here and now, in this day and age, we can't prove that. Because what? Let's get this. In Jeremiah 17 and verse 4, it says, "And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. So you see that according to the word that the Heavenly Father gave to Jeremiah, he said that he was going to discontinue from his heritage. Okay? And we know that back then, when Jeremiah was in the scene, which was around the time, uh, 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 when Babylon, took over the king of Judah, right? We know he kept his heritage. He knew
Right.
he was an Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when is this pertaining to? When is this talking about? It's talking about right now. Okay, right now, if Jeremiah is not here, if he's in the spirit world, or if he's here, he has discontinued from his heritage. Okay, he went to a period of time to where he didn't know who he was, and then now what? He came back to the most likely he's in the truth. Okay, and he knows who he is now.
Right.
Okay, and that's based what? Based upon the Holy Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, based upon him receiving the Holy Spirit to be able to understand the truth. Okay,
Right.
which proves that what? He's an Israelite. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the same thing happened to all of us before we came into this truth. We didn't know. I didn't know which tribe I was from. I didn't know I was an Israelite from the
Right.
tribe of Levi. I didn't know nothing. The only thing that I knew is that I was a Haitian. Okay, and that goes for all brothers. Before they came into this truth, we were calling ourselves by these bywords. You see, but now coming to this truth, that's when we're coming back to our heritage, which again, it was spiritual. It was a spiritual thing to where we recognize who we were. You know, if you have any precept,
Real quick, this is John 6 and verse 63. It says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life." So going back to that Romans 8 and 16 you read, how that it's the spirit that beareth witness with our spirit,
hmm
that we are the children of the Most High. So the spirit is an indicator, you know, and these words are, are spirit. That's what Yahweh said. These words are spirit and their life. So if the words, of the scriptures resonate with you, then you're most likely an Israelite, because not everybody can understand this, man. Not everybody gravitates to the Bible. You know.
yes, sir. That's it. I have this here real quick. The book of this is the book of First John 4, and hold on, in verse 6, it says, "We are of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. He that knoweth Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai heareth us. He that is not of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai heareth not us.
Right.
Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error." Okay, so hey, don't once again going back to that point, which you said too, of how that it's a spiritual thing, right?
Right.
So those that's of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, okay, they're gonna hear us and understand us,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Which on this go around, we already know based on according to prophecy, not all Israel is gonna come back,
Right.
but that's why there's a thing of what Israel of Israel,
Right.
right? But going back to the point is what it's a thing of them hearing and listening and knowing that yo, this is me, you know, and that's how that person is an Israelite. You see, it was once again it's a spiritual thing. You can just go in and you got to be black, you know?
Right.
Nah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hey, the curses, right? Going back to Deuteronomy, the curses. One of the curses that Israel will be scattered amongst all nations.
Right.
You see, that's part of the curses, man. So if you claim that you're in the truth, you got to understand that too. You got to understand that, as it says, according to the curses, we will be scattered, okay, to all the nations, man,
Right.
right? Moab, Esau, Ishmael, Elam, everywhere. Jake is be scattered everywhere, okay? And what do you think happens when Jake is scattered amongst all these nations, man? They're gonna pop the woman,
Mm-hmm.
okay? You see what I'm saying? They're going to pop the woman, all right?
Right.
Which in the book of Genesis, you know what? Let me get that real quick. The book of Genesis
Right.
6, real quick. It's the book of Genesis 6 and verse 2. It says, you know what? I'm gonna start verse 1. It says Genesis 6 and verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass when man began to multiply in the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and and they took them wives of all which they chose. You see that? Okay, who are the sons of God? The Israelites. Okay, because you have what, three classifications of men. Okay, you have the sons of God, which again are the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Then you have the sons of men, which are the other nations. Okay, then you have the sons of the wicked, which are who? The Esau, Edom, the so-called white race. Okay, those are those three classifications. So it's telling you here that what, the sons of God, which are the Israelites, they saw the daughters of men, in other words, the daughters of the heathen nations, that they were fair, meaning what, they were good looking. Okay, the daughters of the other nations, they pleased Jake. So what
Right.
do you think Jake's gonna do? They're just gonna be looking and, oh, she looks good. Nah, bro, Jake is gonna, you know what I'm saying, get busy. And as Jake gets busy, throughout the ages, right, their seed is gonna come looking like these other nations. Okay, and you have multiple examples now of different Jakes. Like for example, Blake Griffin.
Right.
That's one example we always use. Blake Griffin, his father, if I'm not mistaken, is a Levite. And then when you look at the pictures, he has melanin. He's like he's brown skinned. Okay, but you look at Blake Griffin, his tone is more diluted because what, the father went and lay with an Edomite woman, a so-called white woman. Okay, and now Blake Griffin has a son, and that son basically almost looks like an Edomite.
Right.
Okay, does that mean that his son is an Edomite? No. Okay, his son is an Israelite, man. Okay, and that's just one example.
Right.
And even have brothers in the truth that come from a background, you may say, that's where their father laid with another nation's woman. Does that mean that they pertain to that nation? No. Okay, because what, it goes back to the seed of the father.
Right.
You
I
see?
got I got that in Numbers.
Con.
This is Numbers 1 and verse 18. It says, "And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers,
See,
according."
by the house, I like it. By the house of their fathers, man, they declare their pedigrees, meaning what, their lineage.
Right.
Okay, that's why earlier, I said that what, back then they had records of their lineage.
Right.
Okay, they could go back to this great 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 grandfather to prove that they were from that tribe. Okay, and that was used also, for the priests,
Right.
because
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
the priests have to be of the you may say
Levitical.
the lineage of Aaron.
Right.
You know, so you had to prove it to
Right.
be, before you were able to serve, do the service of the Lord with the sacrifices and whatnot.
Right.
If you're gonna prove that, then you couldn't be a priest. You
Right.
couldn't get that title.
Yeah. You couldn't just come up in there, bro, because you're gonna be polluted. You know.
Yep.
You can't just say, "Oh, I'm a Levite." No, it has to be proven that your
Yep.
bloodline goes back to Aaron. Moses and Aaron. You know, because if any heathen just comes up in there, or anybody not heathen, anybody that's of another nation other than a Levite, then that place is gonna the temple is gonna be polluted. I will precept real quick.
Done.
This is Ezra 4, and I'm gonna start at verse 60, 61. It says, "And of the children of the priests, the children of Habiah, the children of Koz, the children of Bazariah, which took a wife of the daughters of Bazariah the Gileadite, and was called after their name." So when you read above, it goes into the different Levite fathers. That lineage was basically tracing the Levitical lineage. You know, so verse 62. This is the point. It says, "These sought their register among those that were reckoned by genealogy,
Mm-hmm.
but they were not found.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore were they as polluted, put from the priesthood." It says, "And the Tarshatai and the Tarshatha said unto them, that they should not eat of the most holy things till there stood up a priest with the Urim and Thummim." So I'm gonna read that in the NLT, because it gives a clear, this.
Mm-hmm.
It says,
But
Ezra.
Salaki, before you read the NLT, but you see how they went in the books, they went to the records,
Right,
and they didn't find those guys' lineages.
right. So they
So
said, "Yo, yeah,
yeah, you can't come, you can't fulfill the office. You got to
right,
prove it. Be
right,
able to prove it,
right,
right?
right,
And it shows you they had records of that. You know, they brought the books. Like what? You said son of what? Hold on.
yeah,
You're not in there, man. You know, so hey, you can't fulfill that position. You have to be put out because once again, like the brother said, you have to prove that you're a Levite to be able to do the service, within the sacrifice and being able to eat the sacrifices. Because
right,
not every, once again, the shoe bread, the sacrifice, only the Levites will be able to eat that. That's why those wicked scribes and Pharisees, when they try to confound Yahushai, when the disciples were picking corn,
right. He's
Yahushai brought the example with David of how that he ate the shewbread, which was not lawful for someone that's outside of the tribe of Levi and going back to the lineage of Aaron,
right.
which they were not lawful to eat that. Okay, proving once again, backing up your point, bro.
That's right.
You got
Con, it says, this is in the NLT, Ezra 2 and verse 62. It says, they searched for their names in the genealogical records, but they were not found. So they were disqualified from serving as priests. The governor told them not to eat the priest's share of food from the sacrifices until a priest could consult the Lord Yahweh about the matter by using the Urim and Thummim and sacred lots. So they went through the records, the books, the genealogies, and they couldn't find certain people's names. So what they did was that they consulted with the Lord using the Urim and Thummim,
Mhm,
to find out, oh, are these, does their lineage go back to that of a Levite?
mhm,
That was in that time, but in this time we don't have we don't have uh that spiritual uh thing, like the Urim and Thummim. We don't have that ability to be able to just see, okay, yo, this guy's an Israelite, this guy's not, you know but it's a spirit. you know
mhm.
we don't have
Yeah,
like,
that's
yeah, you got it, bro.
I was about to say that's the modern day Urim and the Thummim, the spirit,
Yeah,
man.
right,
That's how you're able to, once again, in a sense, trace back your lineage to that, what, you're an Israelite.
right,
Okay, that's why we got that Romans 8, the spirit that beareth witness. That's the modern day you're in the Thummim, man.
right,
You know, to
right,
view it in that sense.
right.
Okay,
What I
because,
meant to say was we don't have like records. We don't
hmm
have records, like actual records, because nobody's keeping that now. That
yeah,
also goes to show you how badly the nation of Israel is destroyed. Because some of these Edomite families, they know, oh, my great grandfather, they could trace it back, like, okay, yo, this is where I came. I come from.
hmm
They know their lineage, like the Roth. They know it's a tree, but Israelites, they don't have that. They're not even thinking about that. You know?
yeah, bro. That's it. Jake, Jake's not thinking about that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably Jake was going. Anywho, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. That's it,
Yeah,
man.
the thing that they might have is like a remembrance of a great grandfather, and they might get reincarnated. Be, oh, yo, you act like you're acting like your great grand. That's the closest they get, man.
Yep, yep, yep. Jake is not really concerned like that with their lineage. Which that's very important to know your lineage and where you come from.
Right,
Which again they lost that, like we read in Jeremiah 17 and 4. That's
right,
something that has been lost. Okay, to the point that Jake does not know jack shit, man. Like once
right,
again, they're calling themselves by these bywords, man, which is a fulfillment of the curses.
right,
You know, which this is the only captivity
right,
where us as a nation we have completely forgotten who we were, man. Okay, throughout all the captivities that we went through in history, we always knew who we were. Okay, Greeks, Romans. Okay, we knew that we were Jakes. Okay, but you got a precept?
gone.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Isaiah 1:3 says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider." And an ox, is and an ass, a donkey is probably is the dumbest animals being compared to the nation of Israel. You know, but they're even smarter than the nation of Israel, man, because they know who they belong to. You know, they know
Hmm.
their masters. That's what it's saying. But Israel, they don't. They don't know. You know, showing how far we fell, man. You know, because like we mentioned, they're not even considering. They don't even want to know. You know
Yeah,
where they come from. The closest an Israelite today, you know, a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American might get, but particularly the Southern Kingdom, as close as the closest they're gonna get to like being woke and knowing who they are is saying they're from Africa, man. You know,
yeah.
I'm from Africa, yo, the forefather. You know, that's deep to them, but it's deeper than that, man. Because how did you get to Africa? You know, how'd you get there? You didn't start there. You
Hmm.
know, you got it, bro.
Yeah, that's it, bro. You said that. You tell Jake that you're an Israelite, but Jake, yo, they don't want to hear that, bro. They still want to claim themselves to being black. I'm a black man.
Yeah,
You
African
know,
American.
yeah, I'm an African American. All these bywords, but as soon as you tell them they're Israelite, bro, it's like a nails on a chalkboard for them. They don't want to
Yo,
hear nothing, bro. That's like one of the biggest news that you could hear, hearing that you're an Israelite.
yeah,
What? When I found out I was Israelite, I was like, shit, really? You know what I'm saying? It's good news to me. Because when
yeah,
you start reading the scriptures and understanding that, yo, shit, this is my
yeah,
heritage. This is
yeah.
our history right here, man. Going through all the Exodus, Numbers, the different book of Kings, Judges. That's our history, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You mean to tell me all those times I was going to church and
Yeah,
listening to that pastor saying nonsense. All this time we were reading our own history book. I didn't even know it. I was snoozing, playing video games on the phone, right? And then you come to find out this is about you. Come on, man. But Jake, hey, they don't want to hear it, man. Right? Like you read, hey, the ass went his master script and the dunk and then the ox. But Jake, man, they don't want to hear jack shit pertaining to the truth, man. They don't want to hear nothing about the Lord. Okay, but if it's Jesus now, if it's the ancestors, right? Their ears are open because what they have itching ears.
that's right.
Um,
I have a real quick precept, bro.
God.
This is Romans 3 and verse 1. It says, what advantage then hath the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Hey, come on, man. What event, bro, brother? In every way, we have an advantage, man.
Right,
We're the
right,
chosen people of the Lord. The promises are for us. Like we
right.
said, unto us is delivered the oracles of the Most High. Meaning
Mm-hmm.
what we have this word, man, this truth, man.
Right.
Okay? The law, statutes, and commandments was delivered unto us. Okay, how to please the Heavenly Father was delivered unto us. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the world to come is for us. Okay? We're kings and princes and princesses.
Right.
You see that? All of that, man, that's for us, man. We're the nation that has the most value in the sight of the Lord,
Right.
the most talent. Okay? So indeed, being a Jew or an Israelite is very much how do you say that word? Advantageous?
Advantage.
Huh?
Advantage?
Yeah, it's very much an advantage, man.
Right.
You see? But Jake, they cannot see it, man, because what? Being in this current captivity, we're not set by. We're not in the status that we're supposed to be in.
Right.
So when you tell Jake that they're an Israelite, they're like, what? Their face starts to start tweaking and shit because the demons are
Right.
jumping, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Because what they still wanna be in that wickedness to where that they want to strive at having a joint rulership with Esau Edom to where they
Right.
can make it on this side. But they don't understand that, yo, this is captivity for us. Yo,
Right.
we're here to serve out a sentence.
Right.
Okay? So you're not gonna be set by it. What you have to do is what? Submit yourself to the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and bear his indignation. Be like Micah. Then afterwards, once you suffer, once the kingdom to come is ready, Hey, you're gonna be the next on that rulership seat, man.
Right.
You see? But once again, Jake, they don't want to hear, man. They have nothing to do with that. They want to be black, African American, Latina, Native American, but they don't want to proclaim their true tribal names, man. You see?
Hmm.
Hey, once again, it's part of the curses, you know?
Right.
Yeah, something?
Uh, no, just a point, because
Yeah.
also Jake is the reason why Jake acts like that is because they've been beat down, man. They've been completely broken. A
Yeah.
lot of Israelites that don't want to accept or hear about the truth of who they are is because they're used to being a slave, man. And they're
Yeah.
comfortable with that. That's why it says, "Is Israel a homeborn slave?" The question
Yeah.
is a question, like it's because Stockholm syndrome. You become used to and accustomed to being your under your master, man.
Yeah, Jake is completely through, man.
Yeah.
Completely. That's why once again, only a remnant's gonna make it, and the rest gonna have to be done away with. Because
Right.
the only remedy is fire, man. The only remedy is the missiles. Okay, pertaining to the Jakes that's on the in America, in the soils of America, right? I wanted to get this. You got some?
No. Blah.
Con. I get this because earlier we made the point how that Israel is scattered amongst all nations pertaining to the curses. So I'm gonna read this in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. It says, "And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone." Okay, and that's one of the curses, right? Being scattered amongst all nations, and throughout
Right.
multiple captivities, we have been scattered. When another nation conquers a particular nation, they take some of them and bring them to their own homeland. You see that? Even in Egypt, we had certain cities or certain residents to where Jake was dwelling at, man. That's why Yahweh Shai, when he was born, when Herod was basically trying to was persecuting Yahweh Shai, they fled into Egypt because there was
Right.
communities there. And what do you think? You don't think Jake was looking like the Egyptians, the Mizraim?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jake was looking like Mizraim, bro, because they were dwelling in the midst of them, man. You know, not only
Hmm.
that, all the other nations that Jake went into, you see, they were looking like those other nations, man. Because once again, throughout time, they lay with the women, and then what? Their children come out looking like the other nations. You see, and he also said that what? And there thou shalt serve wood and stone, meaning what? You're gonna forget Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Okay, you're gonna start serving other gods, right? To the point that even when we present that this is your true power, you don't want to hear it because what? You've been serving those gods for the longest now, and then you just want to stick to those gods, man. You know, which that's why like you read in Isaiah 2, they don't know their master script because they were raised in the Christian, the whatever other doctrine out there, they were raised in that, throughout the ages, and then parents pass it on down, right? Which a lot of us, we come out from backgrounds of being Christians, Catholic, whatever. Okay, because throughout generations, that's why our parents, they're accustomed to it, and they pass it on to their children.
Right.
Okay, to the point that you become convinced that this is it, but deep down, you always knew that, yo, I don't know, man. There's a piece missing, man. Yo, it's like this is like Swiss cheese, man. There's too much holes, man. Something's missing. This is not it, man. Something smells fishy, right? So you came into the truth. I was like, oh shit, yo, this is it, bro. That was that piece that was missing, right? Romans 11:7. That was that piece that was missing, man. This is the truth. That's what I was looking for, man. My heritage, who I am, right? It brings a certain joy, man. Hey, especially for for um, for a brother that may look like a heathen nation, like an
Right.
Edomite, like a Moabite, Hamite, right? You come to find out that you're an Israelite, brother. You're gonna be leaping for joy. You know, especially if your pigmentation doesn't look like that of the archetype of an Israelite, right? Like John Shaft. Okay, you see what I'm saying? That's why once again, hey, it's important to judge based according to the spirit, based upon how they gravitate towards the word. Okay, being a spiritual man, you gotta judge according to the spirit, not being carnal, man.
Right.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what's that in Samuel? You know, I'm gonna get that. You got some, bro?
Kind of just a point because, like you mentioned, there's certain characteristics, and there's a certain spirit that's inside of an Israelite. So it doesn't matter what he looks like on the outside, the color, the height,
Yeah,
whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But there's a special spirit, and that spirit is gonna show forth like special characteristics, man, peculiar things, like the
yeah,
scripture says. That's what the Lord said, that the spirit of an Israelite is special and is peculiar than
yeah,
anybody else. You know, so that's also a way you can indicate, or you can tell, who's an Israelite or not by the spirit, like the brother's going into, because they'll do certain things that are like, yo, whoa, yo, what, they'll do
hmm,
things that are like amazing, bro, like that'll wow you, you know, and
yeah,
no other nation can do that but an Israelite, the chosen people of God, man.
yep, yep. That's it, bro. And what's another indicator? If you find somebody that's a good dancer, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying? Getting
yo,
down, bro. Come on, bro. Who else gets down better than Jake, bro? You know
yo,
what I mean? Yo, Jake be getting busy, bro. You know? Which me, I'm not a dancer. I'm not gonna be pulling dance moves here, but you know what I'm saying? But they get busy, bro. Which I'm thinking about right now. I'm thinking about that Moabite group. Those I don't know if you remember it, though. That those girls that was dancing. Was it girls? I think the Apostle Gabar made a lesson on it. You know, there was like a boogie down song. You know, man, I forget how. You know, but like it was like a group. They were dancing. They were getting down, but you could clearly see that those are Jakes, man. You
yeah,
know, the heathen nation. They ain't got sauce like that to where they could dance like dancers, bro. You know, Jake gets down, bro. Yeah, I'm saying, yo, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but yeah.
yeah. That's it, bro. Yeah, you got it, bro.
God, this is First Samuel 16, and verse 7. Okay, it says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance. And this is when Samuel went to basically anoint the next king over Israel after Saul went off. Okay, and he went to what, to the house of Jesse to find one of his sons to basically anoint him king over Israel, which that son that he was looking for was none other than King David. Okay, but before it came to King David, the other brothers presented themselves to basically see if it was them who was going to be next on the throne, right? So it says First Samuel 16 and verse 7 again, says, and the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, nor on the height of his stature, because I have refused them. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai looketh on the heart. Okay, so Samuel, when he saw, I forgot which son that he saw, but he saw the stature and how, like, he had those broad shoulders, and
Right.
oh yeah, he might be. I think that's the king. That's the one that the Lord sent me here to anoint. But the Lord rebuked him. He said, "Nah, like, man, that's not who I've chosen to be the next king over Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're being carnal right now, right? Because a king is supposed to look a certain way, right? Have a certain stature, tall, right? A certain physique, okay? A certain look about them, right? But like again, like the Lord said, I don't judge men like you guys judge men. Me, I look at the mind, okay? I look at the spirit. You see, and being framed to the mindset, or being framed to the mindset of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we have to go have the same judgment, to where that you judge based according to the spirit. You try a man's spirit, okay? Not how they dress or how they look. Because mass majority of the times, man, the guys that be looking like the yo, you would think that this is like, yo, the greatest prophet that ever walked the earth, right? Not the greatest prophet, but you may think that this guy goes back to the ancient time of you know how an Israelite would look, would look in the ancient time.
Yeah.
He has the staff, the fringes, beard,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? But yo, it's not it. Okay, that's not a fruit that's need for repentance unto the Lord. Okay, because a lot of there's once again there's a lot of not really a lot, but there's a good amount of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that know that they're Israelites, right? But that's as far as it goes. Okay, they just know that they're an Israelite, right? But they don't have that breath in them. You see, which you need that breath. But
Right.
going back to the point is how that the Lord basically told Samuel, you gotta base your judgment according to the Spirit. Okay, and likewise we have to do the same thing. We judge the Spirit, man.
Hmm.
Based upon, once again, like the brother says, certain traits, certain things that they do that the normal person would not do. Because once again, we're a special and peculiar people,
Hmm.
right? Jake walks a certain way. They have a certain bounce, you know, a certain sauce there. You know what I'm saying? Like boom, boom. A certain
Certain,
bop,
certain way they
right?
talk.
A certain way they talk. That sling. You know,
Yeah.
they have a certain sling, bro. Like yo, Jake is gonna dab you up a certain way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
which
that
my
perfect.
experience. Yeah, that perfect dab, brother. With the top and the back. You know what he's saying, bro. You know,
Yeah.
which come on, bro. Which like my experience with dabbing up heathens or Edomites it's always
Oh
awkward, bro.
yeah. Yeah, bro.
Even though they kind of perfected, they try as much. I'm like, nah, man, nah, I'm not feeling this shit, man. This is a heathen, this is a heathen, brother. What? The dab is all awkward and shit, and then they try to speak Jake slang, and they like, oh, what's up with this guy, bro? You're not Jake, bro. You know? Because with Jake, you're just gonna vibe, bro. You just vibe with Jake, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it's just gonna flow, bro. You know? It's just gonna flow. It's not gonna be like, no, it's not like to the point where it's like friction in a sense. It just flows, man. It's a vibe, right? That's why, like I said earlier, if you see an Edomite just hanging around a so-called looking white man hanging around all black man, that guy, he has to be a Jake, bro.
Right.
He has to be a Jake because there's no way he's gonna be with them for that, for however long they knew each other. I'm saying, nah, there's no way, bro. Okay, which right, Baba Kushai, that precept where it says all flesh was sorted to the Khan, bro.
This
You know
is
what I mean?
yeah, you want it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Con. Oh, I don't think this one is the one, but I'll find the one you're looking for. But this is similar. This is Ecclesiasticus 27 and verse 9. It says, the birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice in her.
Yeah, you don't see an eagle flying with a flock of ravens, flying with a flock of crows. Okay, whenever I see birds migrating from one continent to another or from one country to another, whenever the season changes, they always go in their own group. Okay, their own family, their own species. Okay,
Right.
their own species of birds. Okay, you're gonna see the pelicans flying together, the ravens flying together, right?
Hmm.
The eagles flying together. Whatever bird they fly together. They don't fly with other birds because what they resort to their like, and
Right.
likewise it applies for people on Earth, for
Right.
these different nations on Earth.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna click with your own nation. Okay, that's why in high school, right? Let's say throughout elementary, you might have had a heathen friend. You guys were hanging out or whatever, because you're a bit of a novice. Okay, you weren't really you weren't developed yet to the point to where you start to where your spirit grew to where that you could, in a sense, see the difference between no, yo, I think I click with these type of people more. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's when we started going to high school. That's when that separation started to where, hey, you see, black guys with black guys, white guys with white guys, or whatever. You know, Somalians with Somalians. Whatever nation with nation, they have their own group.
Right.
You see, but they resort to their life. You got it, bro.
And if I may add, like even in elementary, that like you're basically clueless. You don't know
Yeah,
yet. Your mental fortitude is not there yet. That's why scriptures. That's why you're held accountable for the law when you reach a certain age. Because before
yeah.
that, you're still your wits is still not there. But
Hmm.
if you grow at a certain age, like for the Israelite, our custom, when you grow at a certain age, then you're gonna be like held accountable for the keeping the law. You're gonna be judged by based off the law. But if you're younger than that age, then it's
Yeah, when you become a man, when you
right,
be 12 years old, that's when you're held accountable because now you're a man now.
right.
Based according to the law.
Now you're able to think and da da da. But
You're
I
able
got
to just,
something.
yeah, you got it, bro.
Kind of Ecclesiastes 13 and verse 15 in the GNT. It says every creature prefers its own kind, and people are no different.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
as,
that's it. So like it. That's it. But that's basically what we just went into, bro.
what I'm saying.
You know, just like the birds, the resort to their like the same thing with mankind, bro. That's it, bro. The Moabites, they hang with Moabites. They eat the same things.
Right.
You know, Jake is gonna resort to Jake. You see, just like we're using for Jake too. If you see a so-called black guy just surrounding himself with just pure looking Edomites, most likely he's an Edomite. You know, most likely.
Hmm.
Okay, because you also have whitewashed Jakes, that try to frame themselves to where that since they have low self-esteem, they don't want to be black since black people, so-called black people, that look down upon, and they're trying to, I'm not like them. You
Yeah.
have those things, but mass majority of the time, man, it's a terror, bro. You know, it's a terror. Mass majority of the time, it's a terror if they're just hang out with Edomites, bro.
Hmm.
Edomites, they're weirdos, bro.
Yeah, they get wild,
They're
especially at those parties. You see Jake drinking the beer, you know, doing
yeah,
crazy shit, bro.
yeah, bro. Edomites be weird, bro. If you're hanging up, that means you're a weirdo too.
Yeah.
Most likely that's their spirit. They're Edomite. Okay. Yeah, you got it, bro.
Verse 16, it says, just as animals of the same species flock together, so people will keep company with people like themselves.
That's it, bro. You're gonna keep company with people just like you. Okay. And once again, that's another indicator of how you can see, yo, this is Jake. You know, this is a Jake. You have that one Filipino guy that's always hanging out with Jake, playing ball with Jake. Hey, most likely he's a Jake. Swag like Jake, talks like Jake. You know, that's a
Right.
Jake, right? Because once again, you're gonna resort to your like. You're gonna go to your own people, right? Does that mean that that person is a heathen? Probably. Who knows? But based upon the spirit, based upon the clues, the traits, you're gonna know that's a Jake, bro.
Hmm.
You know, you might say certain things that I think I might be a black guy, man. You might say something, say something like that. I feel like I'm black inside. Oh, come on, bro. You're gonna be like, oh, that's a Jake, bro. You know, every
That's
time when he gets food, he buys food out. He's always the Benjamin spots, the Levi spots, the Rico, you know what I'm saying? The jerk chickens, right? He likes the Jake food. Come on, bro. That's a Jake. Every time he pulls up to the crib, what's cooking on the stove? Right? That's a Jake. There's a lot of indicators, man.
right. That was it on this on the precept.
Hey, you found the other one?
That's the one. But I
Oh, that
just
was
read it.
awesome. Oh,
I read it.
Salak.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the GNT, bro. The GNT, oh man, I didn't even realize. Yeah, hey, GNT be getting down too, bro. Hey,
What?
the other versions of the Bibles, but they get down, but they break it down to the gritty nitty, man. Hey, you read the precept. I didn't even know that was the precept that I was asked for, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Hey, you got to judge according to the spirit, man. You know, because Jake, once again, they're dispersed everywhere. Jake is everywhere, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, the Lord says his heritage is as a speckled bird.
Right.
Okay, Jake is gonna come looking like all nations, man.
Right.
Okay, you know which? Hey, let's get this in Isaiah 11, bro. Get this Isaiah 11, uh, in verse 11. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people."
Right.
Okay, it was the first time. The first time was in Egypt. Okay, that was the first deliverance, or you may say the first Exodus. Okay, now when is the second Exodus? It's coming very soon. We're pretty much at that time, man. Okay, to where we're seeing the signs of Yahweh's second coming, to where he's gonna come and deliver his elect. This is what it's talking about. That second deliverance. It says again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, and you see how here it said the remnant. It didn't say all the people, proving you again it's about the elect. Okay,
Hmm.
it's about chosen of the chosen, the Israel of Israel. It says to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And you can clearly see here all these nations or all these countries are heathen countries that the Lord is saying that he's going to gather the remnant of his people from. Proving once again, Jake is everywhere. Okay? And these other countries speaking the language of the heathen, right? Which you have different brothers located within different countries outside of, you may say, the western coast, outside of America, Canada, so whatnot. That's within these different nations. Hey, that's preaching the word. Different languages. You have brothers in Italy, Australia, Holland. Okay, you know, hey, are they heathens? No, they're preaching the word. They have the Wakakodash. Those are Jakes, man. Those are Israelites. Once
Right.
again, prove you can't go based upon the appearance, man. You know, you have brothers in this that look literally if you didn't have the spirit, you think that this brother's an Edomite, you know, but they're not. Am I a Edomite? Nah, you know what I'm saying? They're not Edomites,
Right.
right? It goes on and says, verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. You know, which this goes ties hand in hand with Matthew 24 and 30 on down, where it says the Lord is going to send his angels to gather the elect from the four corners of the earth. It's basically the same thing here. They're being gathered from the four corners because what? Jake is in those four corners, man. Jake is in these other nations, looking like these other nations, following their customs, right? Which, when you come into the truth, you're going to stop following their customs and come back to your actual custom, your actual heritage, which is what? Being an Israelite and following the law, statutes, and commandments, which the Lord gave on how we're supposed to live our lives. You see? You got a precept, bro?
Con. Revelation 7 and verse 9, it says, "After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands."
Yeah, that's pertaining to the elect, man. That one third. You see, and it clearly, as the brother read, hey, you said, and every tongue, right, every nation, right, they were gathered. Does that mean, the other nations, they could get grafted in and be saved? No. This is talking about Israelites, Israelite foreigners, or unnatural Gentiles. Okay? Jake that's in the midst of those other nations following their customs, okay, and dwelling like them. But those ones right there that the brother read about, that's those that's gonna come back to their heritage and actually serve the Lord and believe, okay, and be saved.
Right.
You see? You
If I
got it,
may,
bro.
if I may add too, because that's also a part of the mystery of the Gentiles, in the New Testament that Paul speaks about. Because it was a mystery that at one point that the Israelites are actually scattered amongst these other nations, that the Israelites would be looking like these other nations. You have Israelites looking like them. It was a mystery. You know,
Hmm.
even today, there's some Israelites group that's still hidden to. They
Yeah.
still can't see that there's other Israelites that would come looking like an Edomite, an Elamite, a Hamite. They still can't see that because that mystery was not revealed to them, man. It's still
Yeah.
hidden to them, you know.
Which
Yeah,
is pretty simple. If you have the Holy Spirit, it's gonna be simple, man. The Lord said, the scriptures say that the speech is made plain upon tables, man.
right,
If you claim that you have the Holy Spirit, you have the Wakak Kodesh, it's gonna be plain and simple, man.
right,
It's not rocket science to where you have to put your X plus B to nah, man. It's simple. Okay, we gave the example with Blake Griffin, and there's other examples, of different. Drake, right? Look
yeah,
at Drake, man. His mother is a so-called Jewish or small hat Amalek, but his father is a Judite. If I'm not mistaken.
hmm,
A Jake, a so-called black man. Look how he looks. He has that light melanated skin, light skin, and
right,
then now he got a son. Look at his son. His son basically looks like a Edomite. His son is way paler than him
yeah, yeah.
because he
Orange
went
hair.
and laid with
He has orange hair. I think the son.
yeah, orange hair. He Drake went and laid with a woman that had a lighter pigmentation. I'm pretty sure so-called white woman, and the child came looking like what? Pretty much an Edomite.
Right,
If you didn't know that Drake was the father, you would think that it's a so-called white man that gave birth to the kid. That not, I mean no, he didn't give birth, but you know what I mean. You know, proving it. But that's why proving you that it goes back to the loins of the father.
hmm,
You know, which once again is pretty simple, man. It's simple. It's not rocket science.
right,
But if that mystery is hid, if the Lord blocked your eyes to, hey, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna see it. You're gonna
right,
think that hey, every Jake's supposed to be so-called black, man. To where guys that's teaching that doctrine, they're blocking, uh, you
right.
know, they're
Wow.
they're blocking they're
Yeah.
blocking the door, man. They're blocking
Yo.
the door for the rest of that great multitude. They're blocking the door for the great multitude, bro. You know? Nah, you a Hamite, brother. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you a Edomite, right? But you could clearly see that his spirit, it's not that of an Edomite. His spirit's not that of a heathen, man. He's too peculiar. There's too much sauce. But hey, since the mystery is hidden to them, hey, they're gonna block the door for the rest, man.
Right, right.
You know? But when
Yo.
the Lord comes, hey, he's gonna have to judge you for that, man, because you're blocking the way for his sheep to come in. You're
Right,
causing, his people to err. As it
right,
says, the leader of my people cause them to err, right? It doesn't say that the judgment is going to begin at the house of the Lord for no reason. It's going to start at you leaders that's teaching false doctrines,
right.
blocking the door for the rest, man. You see, which once again, it's simple, man. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty simple. You bring out evidence, but if you don't want to believe it, that's on you, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. You
And
got
I got
something?
something. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus 39 and verse 24, it says, "As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked."
Wow.
So the
Yeah,
righteous, the righteous, the ways of the Lord are plain, like it's easy to see, it's clear. That's why it says plain upon tables, like the brother mentioned earlier. But if you're wicked, if you're not in the right spirit, then it's going to be a stumbling block. That mystery is not going to be revealed to you. You won't see it, but you're going to trip and fall, man. And that's one thing, you're going to trip and fall because the way the Lord set it up, how that you would have Israelites amongst these other nations, and in this time, you know, that's done to keep like the majority of the teachers, the true teachers, humble, man.
Yeah,
Because then you're not cussing out every nation, everybody that doesn't look like an Israelite. You're not cussing them out, man. But you're actually okay, yo, because that's gonna like build up pride in you, man. If you're just yo, I'm better than anybody that doesn't look like John Shaft, is cussing them out, bro. That's gonna lift up pride in you, man. But if you don't know who's who, you don't know who's who, but you have to try the spirit first that keeps you humble, man.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. Them kiss my boot
yo,
camps.
yo,
Just because they look a particular way, kiss my boot.
shit,
That's probably your fellow brother you're making kiss your boot right
yeah,
there. Who knows? Probably that's an Israelite. He's gonna come across the proper teachers and come into the truth. What do you think's
right,
gonna happen to you then, huh? You see what I'm saying? Like just backing you up, hey, you can't, the Lord made it like that, hey, so that the leaders, you don't get too high for your bridges,
right.
you know, to where you come into the truth, you start walking and everybody they look like this, heathen, Edomite, you know, yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing, man. Can't judge based upon the appearance. Which if you do that, then hey, you're gonna eat the fruit of your own judgment.
Right.
Right? To say with what judgment you judge that with the same shall be meat unto you. So them kiss my boot camps and you know, yeah, man. You're gonna have what's coming to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, anything else, bro?
La.
Khan, hey, we're gonna close it off there, man. You know what I'm saying? The point was made, you know. Hey, so with that, man, we're gonna close it off there by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Hashem, Hey, hey, Shalom, man. Hey, double honors to the teachers, the head apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Until next time, we're gonna say Shalom.
Shalom.
Yes,